All right, y'all, we are back with another video. This one right here is coming by Doug. I will leave the original video in the description. Make sure y'all go show Doug some love. Like I say, he always keeping us up to date with everything that's going on. Now, I did a video yesterday that kind of made me mad a little bit because, I mean, like, why did this judge stop Donald Trump for going to his mother-in-law's funeral? It is just sick. These people just done got out of hand, and these judges are Democrats. They don't like Trump, so they don't want anything in his favor. They already pissed off because he just won Iowa. Now I'm feeling like he's going to take New Hampshire as well. And then we'll come across this one because we were talking about this woman, E. Jean Carroll. And a lot of people said that Donald Trump needs to sue this woman for defamation because this woman is trying to ruin Donald Trump's career. That's what she's trying to do. This woman is trying to get money from Trump. She's trying to put him in jail. Trump came out and said that he don't even know this woman. So it seemed like it's just a woman that's going around talking about Trump did something to her and stuff like that. And I don't think Trump will do anything like this. Just me personally. I don't think Trump will do anything like this. The man said he don't even know who this woman is. So he going to eventually sue her and do something to stop this mess. Because this is just done got out of hand now. So, but we're going to go ahead and jump straight into this. Said that Donald Trump's attorney stuns media and reveals that E. Jean Carroll relationship with POTUS. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support. Everybody been leaving positive comments in the comment section. I also want to thank everybody who clicked on the video for the very first time. I appreciate all of you. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it, y'all. And let's see exactly what Alina Habba had to say about this. Shout out to Alina. She doesn't hold back. And if you piss her off, you will pay for it. I can tell you that. But let's go.
All of these E. Jean Carroll videos, when we go into this Trump case in New York, it's going to go on for a while. I'm going to be talking about it. And the word RAPE comes up a lot. I'm just going to call it. Do women falsely accuse men of that crime? Yes.
Yep.
Especially when money's involved.
Mm-hmm.
Do men commit that crime? Yes. And so I don't want to be a participant on either side of this thing. I'm only going to give my observations. That's my bias. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Here's the weird thing on Tucker Carlson.
Anti-civilization activist Reid Hoffman, for example, is a major Haley supporter. Reid Hoffman is the founder of LinkedIn. He's a friend of Jeffrey Epstein's. He was a visitor to Bow Island, in fact. He's also the guy who funded E. Jean Carroll's sexual assault case against Donald Trump.
Okay, so that was weird because I'd heard a rumor all last week that her whole lawsuit was funded by someone else. It was funded. And that's my first suspicion of it, is that it is strange to me that she's a victim and she never went to the police. She got into this lawsuit after it was funded by a big Democrat donor.
Hoffman's money has also helped to prop up the authoritarian governor of California, Gavin Newsom, as well as many others on approximately the same team. This cycle, Reid Hoffman is all in on Nikki Haley.
Even when he's going to fund an alleged Republican like Nikki Haley, he's funding the one candidate that the far left is trying to use to take out Trump. And that's Nikki Haley. And if not Nikki Haley, then Gavin Newsom. See, when you start seeing him fund all of Trump's enemies, it shows a personal vendetta against Trump. So this E. Jean Carroll I'm proposing is just another political hit against Trump. It's possible. Here's the headlines at New York Times. Jury selected in second Trump defamation trial brought by E. Jean Carroll. And then here's E. Jean Carroll to testify in second defamation trial against Trump. So that's today. They've got the jury now. E. Jean Carroll's second defamation trial against Donald Trump continues Wednesday morning in Manhattan federal court with the start of witness testimony. So they're going to put her on the stand. This week's proceedings mark Carroll's second defamation trial against Trump. In May, a jury found the former U.S. president liable of sexual abuse and defamation, awarding Carroll $5 million in damages. Trump attended jury selection in the trial. He left the courthouse around 2 p.m. for a campaign event in New Hampshire and was not present for the opening statement. So he's half in the trial watching them select the jury, which in New York is going to mostly be a bunch of Democrats that hate Trump's guts. Carroll said that Trump hurt her 3 decades ago in the changing room of an upscale Manhattan department store. She came forward with her account in 2019 with an excerpt from her book, What Do We Need Men For? A Modest Proposal. Okay, this is my first thing I smell a rat. She releases the information on a book tour. That is the first time anyone hears of this story that Trump attacked her, was when she was selling a book. Could you have told any of your friends or bragged about it or been upset about it or cried about it? And by the way, you'll see later, she is a sexual weirdo. On Anderson Cooper, I've got a clip of her. Okay, so she's selling a book. There's other details that are kind of weird about this thing. Trump, who was in the White House when Carroll's claim surfaced, quickly attacked, saying, I've never met this person in my life. She is trying to sell a new book, which she is trying to sell a new book, that should indicate her motivation. It should be sold in the fiction section, he said. Carroll sued him in 2019, maintaining that Trump's denials smeared her reputation, sparking online abuse and serious threats. Here's Carroll was not able to sue Trump for sexual assault as the incident fell outside of the civil statute of limitations, okay? So Trump, and it happened 30 years ago, so they can't bring it up under New York law. And then look what the Democrats do in New York. But in 2022, New York State's Adult Survivors Act gave adult victims of sexual misconduct a 1-year window to sue their abusers for incidents outside the statute of limitations. That was a handmade law they changed to go after Trump. Democrats in New York changed the law in 2022 for a 1-year time that someone in New York could go and then the law would go back to what it was. I smell a rat. So here's Kaplan, the judge, instructing the jury and everyone on what they're allowed to think about Trump. Quote, facts that were definitively decided in the previous trial include the following. First, Miss Trump, in fact, sexually abused Miss Carroll by forcibly and without her consent, inserting his fingers into her hoo-hoo. Now, he says Trump, in fact, did that. They did not prove that he, in fact, did that. That's a big no-no to me. You did not prove that, okay? There's no video. It's he said, she said. She's the only witness who said it, which is often the case in a rape, given it's an intimate, thing. Yeah. It's not done in public, okay? So these are always he said, she said. Second, Ms. Trump's June 21st and June 22nd statements were false. Again, they can't know that. And this judge is demanding you believe that. And Miss Carroll did not make up her claim of forcible sexual abuse, Kaplan said. Now, Kaplan's saying those are facts. I don't know that those are facts. Kaplan is demanding the jury act in his courtroom. He has the right to do it as a judge, Democrat judge. Quote, and because you must accept them as true. That is psycho. I'm quoting him. This is the judge.
That is crazy.
Telling people exactly how they must think. Doesn't this make your skin crawl? This is weird to me. And because you must accept them as true, Kaplan later said, quote, this trial is not a do-over of the previous trial, which determined those facts. What remains for you to decide are only 2 very limited issues relating to damages for Mr. Trump's publication of those 2 statements. So Trump published that she was not his type, and he said she was a liar and a fraud. Okay. And apparently that costs you more than $5 million now to say against someone in New York. And then here's Sean Crowley, one of E. Jean Carroll's attorneys, said in her opening that jurors needed to impose damages that would stop Trump from continuing to smear her client. That's one way of saying it. Another way of saying it.
So this is weird that New York would do this, like try to set their own. Come on, man. This right here just go ahead and show you that this is a political attack. They're just literally going after Donald Trump. Donald Trump said that this woman is accusing him. Because like I said, I don't even like to get into these type of topics and stuff like that. I kind of avoid them. But it seems like this woman is trying to sell a book, and she's trying to do it by saying Donald Trump did something to her 3 decades ago. Something that they couldn't even open no more, but New York changed their law for 1 year just to try to see if they can get Donald Trump in jail and get him sued and stuff like that. This is ridiculous. I told you, all these judges going against Donald Trump is these Democrat judge Kaplan trying to tell people that they must believe what this. He basically saying that everybody should believe what this woman is saying, and he basically saying, yes, Donald Trump did it. This is what Kaplan is trying to make everybody believe because he don't like Donald Trump. So you telling me they going to open this up for 1 year to see if they can get Donald Trump? This is ridiculous, y'all. I cannot believe this. I'm just so sick of all this mess. I'm just so sick of it. Like, these folks cannot stop going after Donald Trump. This man say anything, he get held accountable. But they can say everything about him. They can put stuff on his name. As soon as he respond by, she ain't my type. Oh, $5 million. It is just ridiculous. These folks cannot just leave this man alone. The man couldn't even go to his mother-in-law's funeral. Because like Trump said, that this woman is lying on him because she's trying to sell a book. Ah, boy. I tell you the truth.
Give me as much of Trump's money as possible. Those are two opposing claims. And again, I don't know the difference, right? Because E. Jean Carroll might actually be being damaged by Trump, where they go like, look, you got to find this guy so he stops saying these things. The other side of it is Trump is innocent and just defending himself in public, and he's not going to stop saying them no matter how much money it costs because he's actually innocent of the charge. I don't know which it is. Quote, he is continuing to tell those lies to this very day, earlier this month, last week, even today. You will hear that as Trump faces trial over how much money it will take to get him to stop defaming Miss Carroll, he keeps doing it. He sat in the courthouse. You saw him, Crowley said. And by the way, this lawyer makes a bigger cut if they can get the jury to get Trump for more money. So, I can't tell whose motive is pure here. Quote, and while he was sitting there, he posted more defamatory statements, more lies about Miss E. Jean Carroll. But
listen to what they saying, that he's posted more lies when they don't even know the woman. You got Democrats funding this woman to go after Donald Trump. So you telling me that this woman and everybody else can say Donald Trump did this to her, but as soon as he say I didn't do nothing to her, she's this, she's that. Oh, let's get him for some more money. Let's do him for more money. Let's take more money from Donald Trump because he over there still defaming her. How is he still defaming her when this woman is defaming him? And he's defending himself. Do he supposed to just sit there and let this woman put all this stuff on his name and he not say anything about it? Then they'll be talking about, well, it must be true because Donald Trump ain't saying nothing. But how is he defaming her when she's defaming him? And he can't say nothing back. He just got to let it ride, let it go. This is ridiculous, man.
This case. By our count, by our last count, 22 posts just today, she said. Think about that. Think about that when you consider how much money it will take to get him to stop. Look at that's a lawyer. Scumbag leech. To all my friends in the legal profession, oftentimes the lawyers tell me more than anyone else not to trust a lawyer. Okay. Asking for money. Quote, at the end of this trial, it will be your job to decide how much money Donald Trump should pay for what he's done to Miss Carroll, and how much money he should pay it will take to get him to stop defaming her so that Miss Carroll can maybe finally live her life in peace, Crowley said.
Oh my God.
They're acting like she's some kind of a, shrinking violet. Wait till you see an interview with Miss Carroll. We submit that the number should be significant, very significant. Donald Trump, after all, is a self-proclaimed billionaire. Trump's lead attorney in the case, Alina Habba, contended that Carroll was responsible for the backlash against her. And now this is the other side. The evidence will show that Miss Carroll has made Trump the focal point of her new identity now. We will show that she frequently promoted and publicized every development with her first lawsuit against him herself. Habba claimed she doesn't want to fix her reputation, ladies and gentlemen. She likes her new brand. I agree with that. I saw her, the way she acts in public. Let's move on here. Here's Brianna Price on Twitter. The fact that E. Jean Carroll went on TV and said rape is sexy, quote, and I'll get to that quote on video. And she can't even remember the year Trump irked her should automatically tell you what she wants is money.
Yes.
She, usually victims would have evidence and provide proof. I don't know how true that is, but I do know that in the last court case, she could not name the date that she was raped, because then they probably could have looked at security cameras and seen if Donald Trump was actually in there. She could. So she goes, oh, I only know it was 30 years ago. I don't know what year, don't know what month, don't know what day.
Boy.
A traumatic injury.
That would it seem like, don't it, Doug?
We're going to keep going because here she is on Anderson Cooper.
You don't feel like a victim?
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished, which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
Well, I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
What?
Oh, okay.
What the world? I don't know who think is sexy. Who thinks that? This woman is full of ish. We all know it. This woman is lying. She might well go ahead and admit that she's lied on Donald Trump and that Donald Trump never touched her. All she wanted was money and to sell her book. That's what she might as well just come out and say. This woman is a liar, man. Who in the world? You have never heard a woman, I've never heard a woman come out and say that is sexy. Never heard no woman ever say that. This woman is ridiculous, man.
These are people that traipse in circles where I don't talk that way. I mean, these are weirdos. But this is the creepiest thing you'll ever see. Watch this. This is like Hungry Like the Wolf on Anderson Cooper. And he's just like fumbling over himself over her last comment.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
We're going to take a quick break. If you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Holy smokes. Okay. In case the Democrats are using this to influence your vote, they're trying to get you to not be able to stomach voting for someone who grabbed Miss Jean Carroll in a dressing room. I'm just going to go to Tara Reid, who was an assistant of Joe Biden, who accused him of doing the exact same thing. In March 25th, 2020, interview with Katie Helper, Tara Reid alleged that Biden pushed her against a wall, kissed her, put his hand under her skirt, penetrated her with his fingers, and asked, "Do you want to go somewhere else?" Reid told the national NPR in its April article, and it goes on. But that's creepy, creepy Joe Biden. And you'll go, they're both adult victims, both E. Jean Carroll and Tara Reid. Well, here's an excerpt from when James O'Keefe found Biden's daughter's diary. Okay, here's Biden's daughter's diary, who left it in a hotel room. Remember, this is where the FBI broke into James O'Keefe's house and took this back because now they're Biden's, retrieval team. which they would never have done with Trump. They'd have exposed this everywhere. Here's a page of the journal where she says in that top circle, was I molested? She said of her father. Here's down below. She remembers being overly sexualized, and at a young age, showers with my dad, probably not appropriate. Just in case they're trying to use this to weaponize against Trump, I just want you to say that both candidates and Clinton proved it all. Clinton showed, and even admitted guilt in certain areas. Clinton showed that the feminists do not care about these issues. Okay, they'll stay covered for Clinton. They attacked his accusers. These are Democrats. Democrats do not care about the claims of E. Jean Carroll. They're using this. They're pretending to care to try and win against Trump.
That's what they're trying to do.
Oh, really? If you want to take a look at who did what, take a look at what Biden did. I'm Doug in.
Right. Take a look at what Biden did. But see, they ain't going to do that. They ain't going to take a look at what Biden did because they Democrats. They only worried about Donald Trump. They only worried about trying to make his poll numbers go down and make him look bad, get him for more money, trying to sue him. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I just don't believe this woman at all. I mean, I just have a hard time trying to believe her. The woman she can't remember anything. She literally came out and said that is sexy. It just, all the things that she's saying, it just don't add up. And she's got Democrats funding her to go after Donald Trump. And this is just ridiculous. Remember I told y'all, they are willing to do anything to take Donald Trump down. I've been repeating this almost every video, that they would not stop at nothing. They going to keep trying to go after this man. So they literally funding this woman, paying her so she can go after Donald Trump so she can get money. And they're going to say Trump is defaming her, when I'm like, how is Trump defaming her when she's defaming him with these accusations that she has no proof? She can't remember nothing. And she just said, oh, it happened 3 decades ago. Oh, and is sexy. Like, who says stuff like that? And you telling me it's gonna be a judge that gonna believe that? Maybe it will because it's a Democrat judge. It just don't make sense, man. Me personally, I don't believe this woman. I believe she should pay Donald Trump in damages because she's trying to ruin this man's career. That's what I believe. I don't care what nobody say. I just don't believe this woman's story at all. That's just me. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, especially the ones that stayed to the end. I really, really appreciate it. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.